Bullshit. What is this, brother?
What's wrong with this? This is bare gift to me. You don't like Jackson?
Like a gay thing.
It's gay now. Ah, no, zesty pat. No Diddy, brother. Look, rash guard on. Come on. Come on. How you call me gay in bare gear? Huh?
Arman Tsarukyan is entering one of the most important fights of his UFC career, and everything about his current training camp suggests that he understands exactly what is at stake. On September 19, 2026, Tsarukyan is scheduled to face Mauricio Ruffy in the co-main event of UFC 331 at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, in a 5-round lightweight showdown that could have major consequences for the division.
Hey, go get him. Go get the knockout. There you go. Fight of the night. Here you go. Good.
But this is not simply another fight for Arman. Ruffy represents a completely different kind of danger. He is an explosive striker with tremendous knockout power. While Tsarukyan has built his reputation around elite wrestling, relentless pressure, physical strength, and the ability to control opponents on the ground.
That's a tough fight for Ruffy, man.
I think Arman just take him down until he gets a submission.
If Arman starts missing takedowns or just plays around a little bit and gets hit with a good right hand or a body shot, then it's gonna be bad for him.
It's gonna be good for one of them.
I think he might suffer a couple single legs and things like that, but when he gets to the cage and Arman locks his hands on him, he's gonna get him down.
That contrast has made this matchup one of the most fascinating fights in the lightweight division, and Arman's preparation is now centered around one major objective: making sure Mauricio Ruffy never gets the opportunity to fight comfortably at his preferred range.
But if I beat Ruffy, when I beat Ruffy, I'm going to fight for the title, and then I can pick who I want to fight.
Okay. Well, and speaking of that, so that would be Justin Gaethje, as long as Justin Gaethje sits out. Is that what you're hearing? Is Gaethje going to have a match, and then you and the winner of Ruffy takes on the winner of that match, or does Justin wait for the winner of you and Ruffy?
No, Justin is waiting for the winner, us or like Petty fighting with somebody in November.
Okay.
So, and then they're gonna figure out who's gonna fight for the title.
When you look at Tsarukyan's training approach, the biggest theme is preparation for chaos. Ruffy is not the kind of opponent who needs many opportunities. The Brazilian has 13 career knockout victories and 9 first-round finishes, according to UFC statistics.
Go rest. Derek kicks.
Your schedule is rest, you know?
Which tells you everything about the kind of threat Arman is preparing to face. Ruffy wants to create explosive exchanges, force his opponent to react, and eventually land something devastating.
Here, Arman Tsarukyan's training partner is getting a feel for Ruffy's flow. He's imitating it to give Arman Tsarukyan that look during his training, perhaps, to help Arman Tsarukyan get a feel for the timing himself against Ruffy. This is excellent.
That means Arman cannot afford to simply walk forward with his hands low or enter predictable exchanges. His training has to be built around controlling distance, changing levels, closing the gap safely, and immediately turning striking exchanges into wrestling situations.
Everyone knows what you're going to do. You're going to shoot and get the takedown. It could be in the first round. It could be in the fourth round. We asked this to Ruffy. He said he's going for the knockout. You're going in there to hold him. What is your response to Mauricio Ruffy?
I mean, he can think whatever he wants. He's gonna do his job. I'm gonna do my job. But I can knock out and I can wrestle and I can choke. But he has only one weapon, knocked out. So I have more weapons.
And that is exactly where Tsarukyan has historically been at his best. Rather than trying to prove that he can simply outstrike a dangerous striker, Arman can make the fight uncomfortable by constantly forcing Ruffy to defend takedowns, fight against the cage, scramble from bad positions, and carry the physical weight of a 5-round wrestling battle. One of the most interesting details surrounding this camp is that Tsarukyan had originally been preparing for Charles Oliveira. According to recent reports, Arman said he had already spent around 3 weeks in camp and was focusing heavily on striking because he wanted to try to knock Oliveira out within 3 rounds. That preparation could become extremely important now because instead of completely starting from zero, Arman has already built a strong conditioning base and has spent time sharpening his striking. But Mauricio Ruffy changes the equation. Ruffy is younger, explosive, confident, and extremely dangerous when he is allowed to dictate the pace. So Arman now has to adjust his strategy and make sure his training reflects the specific problems that Ruffy presents.
I can wrestle and I can choke him and I can knock him out.
What is your response to Arman Tsarukyan?
Hey guys, I'm very happy to be here. I just want to say one thing. I go into the octagon to knock people out. That's what I like to do. When I don't knock people out, I don't even sleep well at home. It's unfinished business if I win by decision. So I go into the octagon to do one thing, to knock my opponent out. And that's what I'm gonna do.
Don't forget how to tap during the trainings as well.
The first major focus has to be defensive striking. Against an opponent with Ruffy's knockout ability, Arman cannot become careless while entering for takedowns. Every level change has to be disguised. Every forward movement has to have a purpose. If Arman simply shoots from too far away, Ruffy could intercept him with a knee, uppercut, or powerful counter. That means Tsarukyan's striking and wrestling need to work together rather than exist as 2 separate parts of his game. He can use his jab to force Ruffy's hands upward, use feints to make Ruffy react, and then suddenly change levels when the Brazilian expects another punch. This is the kind of layered offense that can turn Arman's wrestling from an obvious weapon into an almost impossible problem to solve. And then there is the cage. If Arman can get Ruffy moving backward, the fight could become much easier for him to control. Open space striking is where Ruffy wants to use his speed, creativity, and power. Against the fence, however, Arman can remove some of that space. He can pressure Ruffy into the cage, connect his hands, attack single legs or double legs, and force Ruffy to spend energy defending rather than attacking. This is especially important in a 5-round fight, because even if Ruffy survives the first few takedown attempts, the accumulated physical pressure can become a huge factor later in the contest. The ground game could ultimately be the biggest difference between these 2 fighters. Tsarukyan is one of the most accomplished wrestlers in the UFC lightweight division, and his ability to transition between takedowns, control positions, ground strikes, and submissions makes him extremely difficult to deal with once he gets on top. Ruffy knows this. In fact, the Brazilian has openly acknowledged that wrestling will be one of the biggest challenges he faces against Arman. Recent reports also indicate that Ruffy has been specifically working to improve his wrestling preparation ahead of this fight. That means Arman's camp cannot assume that Ruffy will be the same fighter he was before.